Hello, this is Catherine. Welcome to Double Kidney. Today's video is a top 5 of superfoods to lower your creatinine levels. With these 5 foods, especially good for kidney disease patients in stage 3 and 4, you will be able to lower your creatinine level naturally in a tasty way. Because the right renal diet shouldn't be hard to follow or insipid. It just has to be smart and plant-based. More about this in a moment. And I'm very passionate about showing you what tasty foods you can actually eat, because I want to show you that you don't have to renounce to eating what you like to improve your kidney health and lower your creatinine levels. Now, all the foods of today's top 5 are going to be tasty foods you can easily add to your kidney diet, maybe replacing something less healthy to start seeing improvements fast. How fast? Okay, let's read a comment here on Double Kidney. I am stage 3B, male 63. My creatinine was 3.44, now it's 2.12. Incredible! It was all thanks to your advice and those on the program you always talk about. It really helped me a lot. What I basically did was switching to a plant-based diet. No meat, white or red, no dairy except a little pie once in a while. I make buckwheat pancakes with blueberries and honey, so I'm watching the potassium. Yes, always watch your potassium. By the way, I'm having new labs the next month and I hope things will be even better. Great! This is exactly the kind of comments I like to read. And please keep us posted about your diet and your lab results. Now, the aim of today's video is to improve the health of your kidneys. Today, I have a lot of info about the healthiest and tastiest foods for your renal diet. So, let's start immediately with our number 5. This one lowers your cholesterol, helps regulate your blood sugar, and support good gastrointestinal health. Make it a regular on your table if you want to see improvements in your creatinine levels. Number 5. Cornmeal. Whole grain cornmeal is a terrific source of fiber for your renal diet. Depending on the brand, it can have as much as 5 grams per 1/4 cup serving. Okay, now you may ask, but is fiber really so important for our kidneys? Well, about 95% of Americans don't eat the recommended amount of fiber in a day. And this is important because consuming the right amount of fiber daily is strongly linked to improve cardiovascular health, gut health, and prevention of chronic diseases. So yes, fiber will greatly improve your kidney health, and there are tons of research to support this statement. So, get more fiber. And if this fiber comes in a tasty package, even better, because you can use whole grain cornmeal to make grits or polenta. Grits are known to a quintessential dish in Southern cuisine, and you can make them healthy if you prepare a dish with whole grain cornmeal and if you choose the right recipe. For example, you could eat grits with salmon and asparagus, getting 3 superfoods in one recipe. Or with, well, basically anything. So tell me in the comment section what's your favorite grits recipe, and maybe share it with everyone if it's not a secret. Another way to eat whole grain cornmeal is polenta. Polenta is a big thing in Italy, and made the right way, it can be really healthy. Polenta is a tasty alternative to wheat-based staple foods as it's made from corn, making it naturally gluten-free. Top it with extra virgin olive oil for the maximum health benefits. Now, as you can see from my slide, 1 cup of cornmeal, 122 grams contained sodium 5 milligrams, phosphorus 33 milligrams, and potassium 51 milligrams. All these numbers here are very low, so you can basically eat it every day. It's the perfect whole grain for people with kidney disease in stage 3 or 4. And you can eat it if you have diabetes too, because it has a low glycemic index. Now, if there is a downside with corn-based foods, is that 85% of the corn produced in the United States is genetically modified according to the Center for Food Safety. But you can still find some non-GMO organic cornmeal. This search for the healthiest cornmeal may be worth the effort looking at how good it is for your kidneys. And it's yummy! And talking about benefits, do you know why I always recommend to follow the plant-based diet? Here. Eating more plant-based foods such as vegetables and grains in place of animal-based foods such as red meat may help prevent and slow down the progression of chronic kidney disease, type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, and heart disease. Now, if I look at this list of benefits, the first thing that comes to my mind is, where do I sign up? How to follow a plant-based diet? So, how to follow a plant-based diet? Limit or avoid animal products. Focus on plants. This includes vegetables, fruits, whole grains like cornmeal, legumes, seeds, and nuts. Basically, these foods should make up the majority of what you eat in a day, right? Because they're really healthy for your kidneys, as we've seen. Exclude refined foods like added sugars, white flour, and processed oils. All these are unhealthy. Tons of studies and researches prove that eating these is bad for your heart, your body weight, your kidneys. So you can have a little slack with meat once in a while if you haven't had too much protein in that day. But avoid these 3, okay? So, no added sugars, white flours, and processed oils. Also, this is not the same as the vegan diet, so you don't have to renounce to meat, poultry, fish, and dairy products in general. You may want to limit them, especially meat and dairy, but fish is encouraged, for example. Okay, time for our number 4 now. This one is great to fight insulin resistance and diabetes, reduces the risk for kidney stones, and it's full of antioxidants. You can even eat it as a snack. It is grapefruit. Grapefruit is a tropical citrus fruit known for its sweet and somewhat sour taste. It's rich in nutrients, antioxidants, and fiber, making it one of the healthiest citrus fruits you can eat. And it is exactly the kind of fruit you should eat more often if you want to follow a plant-based diet. Research shows that it may have some powerful health benefits, including weight loss and a reduced risk of heart and kidney disease. Regularly consuming grapefruit is thought to improve kidney health by reducing risk factors for kidney disease such as high blood pressure and cholesterol. But Why is this fruit so healthy? First, grapefruit is fairly high in important nutrients like vitamin C, beta-carotene, and flavonoids, powerful antioxidants with anti-inflammatory properties. Second, the fiber in grapefruit may also boost heart health, given that a high fiber intake is associated with lower blood pressure and cholesterol levels. These two factors play a crucial role in improving your kidney health. And if this wasn't enough, grapefruit is low in both potassium and phosphorus, as you can see from my slide. It has just 166 milligrams of potassium and 20 milligrams of phosphorus for about half fruit, or 123 grams. This makes grapefruit an incredibly healthy food to include in your renal diet. That's because it's high in nutrients but low in those dangerous electrolytes you have to avoid to keep your kidneys healthy. Now, there is one thing I should clarify here. Why these values I always talk about, potassium, sodium, and phosphorus, are so important? Here. When you have kidney disease, your kidneys cannot remove these electrolytes properly. So you need to limit them in your diet to avoid complications and further damage to your kidneys. This makes a lot of healthy foods, like for example bananas and spinach, unhealthy for you, making it hard to follow a healthy diet. But don't worry, that's what I'm here for. I'm going to tell you what foods you can actually eat without worries. Now, as you can see from my slide, for kidney disease stage 3 and 4, eGFR of 60 to 15, you should limit potassium to about 2,000 to 2,700 milligrams a day. Sodium intake to 1,000 to 2,500 milligrams a day, and phosphorus about 800 milligrams a day. But remember that these are only approximative levels. Your doctor should tell you what to limit and how based on your lab tests. Here. One more interesting thing not everyone knows about grapefruit. The pith is good for you. Here. When you peel away the outer layer of a grapefruit, you may be tempted to pick off the white flesh that is between you and the juicy fruit and throw it away. This stuff is called pith. Don't do it. That pith is very rich in antioxidants and nutrients, and also soluble fiber, which is going to help you feel fuller and impact your glucose reactions. While the pith of grapefruit can have more of a bitter taste than, say, oranges, it's worth eating along with the fruit if you can. Fiber is very good for you, as we have seen. Grapefruit requires little to no preparation, so it's fairly easy to add to your diet. Even if you live a busy, on-the-go lifestyle, you can still enjoy grapefruit on a regular basis. You can, for example, snack on grapefruit slices alone, eat it as an alternative to unhealthy dessert foods, try it in a salad, or blend it into a smoothie with other fruits and veggies. Okay, our number 3 is another snack, but be warned, this superfood is even healthier than grapefruit because it can dramatically lower your blood pressure. Okay, let's see what it is. Number 3, almonds. Almonds have several metabolic benefits and, like other tree nuts, can really help lowering blood pressure. Almonds are even referenced in the first book of the Bible, the Genesis, as a prized food given as gifts. Now, you can't eat a lot of nuts when you're in stage 3 or 4 of kidney disease because of the potassium and phosphorus they have. Almonds are one of the few exceptions. 1 ounce or 28 grams have 200 milligrams of potassium, 136 milligrams of phosphorus. Now, these numbers are pretty low. Almonds can really help people with kidney disease, and not just for all the antioxidants, vitamin E and fiber they contain. One of the best benefits of almonds is their magnesium content. Just 128 gram serving or 1 ounce of almonds packs a whopping 20% of the RDA for magnesium. Magnesium is a mineral involved in more than 300 bodily processes, including blood sugar control, making them the perfect choice for people with diabetes. But the best part is that it will greatly help you with blood pressure. And remember that almost every kidney patient will have to face high blood pressure since the kidneys are involved in the regulation of blood pressure. When they start to fail, blood pressure is bound to get higher. This is where almonds can help. They are really rich in magnesium, right? Since just 1 ounce of them can give you 20% of the RDA for this essential mineral. This is important because lack of magnesium is strongly linked with high blood pressure and many other bodily processes. Yes, lack of magnesium can really wreak havoc with our metabolism. And there are several studies showing that correcting magnesium deficiency can significantly lower blood pressure. Now, here is the interesting part. About 68% of US adults are below the recommended daily dose of magnesium. So, adding more magnesium to our diet can really make a big difference. And when you can get it from a food so tasty, why not? Okay, time for our number 2 now. This one is a healthy and very tasty dipping sauce that's great for your renal diet. Ooh, baba ganoush. What is baba ganoush? It's a dip, a very healthy and tasty sauce similar to hummus you can eat with bread or vegetables as a tasty snack, maybe with a serving of raw vegetables such as cucumbers, celery, or pepper strips. Now, kidney patients in the advanced stages cannot eat hummus because it's made from chickpeas and it's too rich in potassium and phosphorus. Baba ganoush, however, is made from eggplant, so it has a lot less potassium and phosphorus than hummus, and it's even tastier in my opinion. Eggplant is high in vitamin C, which supports your immune system and also contains anthocyanins, which support heart health. One of the ingredients is tahini, a sesame seed paste with a consistency similar to peanut butter. You'll often find it in salad dressings and dips. Since store-bought sauces are often too rich in sodium and potassium, the best option for people suffering from kidney disease is to make tahini at home. Healthier and better tasting this way. Here's how you can make a baba ganoush at home. This is my recipe made specifically for people with kidney disease. Pierce the eggplant with a knife. Grill turning regularly until soft and blackened all over. Roasting over a flame will give the whole recipe a smokier, richer flavor. Add 1/3 cup of tahini, lemon juice, the minced garlic, the black pepper, Now, before I show you our number one for today, there's something I want to show you. If you have kidney disease, you should know that there are ways to get your kidney function back, especially if you are still in stage 3 or 4. A lot of people here on Double O Kidney are using this program, like Ridley from the comments I've read you before. So, if you want to beat kidney disease, click here for more info about this program. And it's time for our number one, Napa cabbage, a cruciferous vegetable. You cannot miss those on a plant-based diet. Some scientific studies suggest consuming Napa cabbage can help to protect the body from cancers and help to lower bad cholesterol levels.